Hi, my name is Sarah Spizzirri and I'm a podiatry at Christie Clinic, and I'm here today to talk to you about the not so glamorous world of black toenails. So to runners and athletes, black toenails are a rite of passage, but to those of you who find them annoying and are embarrassed by them, they can be a long, drawn-out process. There are numerous reasons you can get a black toenail. The most common include frictional or direct trauma, fungal or yeast infection, or for those people who unfortunately are exposed to sunlight, melanoma, or a form of skin cancer. For athletes, usually directional or frictional trauma are the most common causes, and they can lead to what's called a subungual hematoma. Basically, it's a fancy word for bleeding between the nail and the nail bed. And this can occur for many reasons. It can come about from any type of friction in a shoe, if your shoes are ill-fitting, wearing socks that don't wick away moisture. If you have anybody directly step on your foot, this can also cause bleeding under the toenail. Oftentimes any sports that have a lot of stopping and starting quickly can cause issues, as well as having a digital deformity like a long toenail or a hammer toe. For those people who have to endure this, the main thing we look for is whether how much of the nail is involved by the subungual hematoma. If less than half of the nail is involved, usually we recommend more palliative care such as close monitoring, wearing shoes that may decrease avoidance of irritation of the site. Sometimes warm soaks in Epsom salt and water can make a difference, as well as ice depending on the person. However, if more than half of the nail is involved with a subungual hematoma, we usually recommend very close monitoring, and sometimes medical attention is necessary. The main thing you want to do is catch it early. If it is caught early, the blood can sometimes be drained through the nail. If the nail unfortunately lingers for a while, sometimes the nail will elevate and you can get risk of infection under the nail. If you see any signs of infection around the toenail, or there's concern that the toenail is falling off, we do recommend that you seek medical attention. For those people who do have trauma to the nails, you can get an introduction of a fungal or yeast infection. If this is caught early, it is easier to treat. Traditionally, the appearance will be a discolored toenail. It can be yellow, it can be brittle, it can be thick, and oftentimes black or brown in discoloration. If you do see this, I would recommend you consider treatment options because it can linger and sometimes it can spread to other toenails. Traditionally, a fungal or yeast infection is not dangerous, but again, for those people who don't want discolored or irregular toenails, I would recommend seeking medical attention for different treatment options, as there are many available at this time. And the less frequent thing you will see that can cause black toenails is something like a melanoma, which is a form of skin cancer. This is usually associated more with sun exposure. If you see any type of a black or dark discoloration that's irregular within the nail, and you don't see improvement over time as the nail grows out, I would recommend that you do seek medical attention immediately. So as you can tell, black toenails are not the most glamorous of things. It can take 4 to 8 months for a nail to completely grow out if it is traumatized through direct trauma or frictional trauma. The main thing to remember is make sure your shoes fit properly, make sure you're wearing a moisture-wicking sock, usually not cotton socks, and make sure that if you are running on uneven surfaces that you practice this in low increments until you get used to it and avoid any type of wet environment. Otherwise, to all the runners and those participating in the Christie Clinic Illinois Marathon, we wish you all the best, and we can't wait to see you in April.